Hello and welcome back to my smaller library. Today we're gonna talk about the books that I plan on reading next month in May, because it's already May somehow. But yeah, I have a little bit of a plan what I want to ideally get to next month. Not that it worked out that greatly this month, but we're gonna continue to try. And yeah, pretty much May is a month where I want to try a few books where I'm pretty sure that I don't like them and will DNF them, and a few books that I have already started reading and I really need to finish, but I'm kind of always pushing back for some reason. So yeah, that's pretty much the focus of May. And yeah, let's see what is on this wonderful stack of books next to me. The first book is one of those where I'm pretty sure I will DNF it, but I do want to give it a second try, and if I don't like it, well, if I don't get through it this time around, I will just DNF it. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I bought this because it was so popular. It's pretty much, I think, one of like 2 or 3 books I bought because they were so popular. Thank God I did that very little. But it's contemporary. It is about her relationships with her 7 husbands and her life, and it's not something that I actually am at all interested in. So I don't know why I bought it, but yeah, I want to give it a try. I think I read like the first 10-20 pages and put it back on my shelf. So yeah, I will give it a good another try, and then we'll see what will happen with it. But to be honest, the hopes aren't the highest. Then we have a fantasy that is on my TBR for a long time, so I kind of want to get around to it, and that is Thighs. I can't pronounce the word, I'm really sorry. The combination of letters is really hard for me, so I think it's Scythe? I'm really sorry. You can read what it says, by Neil Schusterman. It is the first one in a series, and I bought it planning on like reading them all directly. I have never gotten around to read it, and so yeah, hopefully I will get around to it this time. It's about a world where pretty much other people can kill you, more or less. Like there's a profession that goes around and kills people that are supposed to die, and our 2 main characters, well, we have one main character, and she and another one are pretty much supposed to be apprentices to be the next one, to get that job. And yeah, this is, I don't know what the story really is, but that is what the story begins as. Then we have 3 books in the series, and these are the 3 last books that I own from the Temperance Balance series by Kathy Rice. That is Bones of the Lost, Bones Never Lie, and Speaking in Bones. I bought quite a big lot of them, I think a month or 2 ago, and these are the last 3 that I have from this series out of that book lot. So yeah, the plan is to read these 3 next month, finish pretty much all of the ones that I own physically, that will then be the first like 18 of the series, roughly, something like that. And yeah, I really like these, though I feel like they get worse because of the private life of Temperance Brennan the later I get in the series. So I'm slightly afraid that I will dislike them for the focus on personal stuff, which didn't used to be there as much in the beginning. But the last 2 I read, it was a relatively big focus, which I personally disliked. I want more of the cases and less of the private life. So we'll see how it will go for these 3. And however these 3 go, I will decide if I buy the other ones in the series, because the series is still longer. I don't know how long exactly, but it doesn't end at book 18. So yeah, we'll see. If I like them, I will continue with the series. If not, I will probably end the series here. Because to be honest, I read so many of hers, and I did really enjoy them in the beginning, but yeah, it has gotten a little bit less enjoyable to read them, which I'm really sad about, to be honest. Then the first book that I have started and need to continue, and that is Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King, the book he pretty much wrote together with his son. And I have no idea what this really is about. Also, the book is naked because I took the dust jacket off already. It's pretty much that at some point all women just go to sleep, and then they're just sleeping, and the men have to try and see what is up there, is as much as I understand the story. But it begins in a prison, a female prison actually. So yeah, I haven't gotten far into it, as you can see, and it is a really, really massive book, but I kind of want to get around to it, so it is on the list. Then we have a book I haven't continued with because it's so sad and I kind of wasn't prepared for the sadness of the book, and that is Into This River I Drowned by T.J. Klune. This is pretty much a book about grief. Our main character is like in his late teens and his father drowned because of a car accident. He pretty much something happened and his car rolled over into a creek, and because he was knocked out, he actually couldn't save himself, and so he drowned even though he didn't have to if he wasn't knocked unconscious, you know. And his son has a really, really hard time coping with that, and yeah, then it starts to go a little bit into fantasy, and our guy finds a kind of angel, and the story goes from there. Even though it kind of goes from there and the story will obviously continue from there, I have read just the beginning and it was so sad to read. I don't know if the book is really for me, if I'm honest, but yeah, I will try to continue, because technically, as I just read here, it is quite categorized as a gay romance, so I might actually not like the rest of the story, and coupled with it being extremely sad, yeah, I don't know. I want to try to get through it, but I'm actually not really sure if I will enjoy the ride through the book. And then the third one I have already begun reading a couple of months ago is This Woven Kingdom by Tahera Mafi. This is about, pretty much we have a fantasy kingdom of normal people and Jinn people, and the Jinns are kind of the suppressed race, if you can call it that, and our main character is half Jinn, I think, half or fully, I'm not sure right now. And yeah, she kind of lives in secret and hides what she is, because being a Jinn isn't really that, but they don't want to be seen, pretty much. And then we have a second main character, which is pretty much the prince to the kingdom that our female main character lives in, and yeah, he pretty much has to prepare to take the throne. And then we have some wars around, and yeah, the story goes from there. I don't know much about it, so yeah, I really love the design of the book, and yeah, I'm not far in. I don't hate it, I don't love it at the moment. I don't know, I really like the other books by Tahera Mafi. I read a few of her books, so hopefully this will turn out as good as the rest of her books that I've read so far. And then we have two books that I'm pretty sure I will DNF, but hopefully I won't. Hopefully I will like them. And then one of them, which probably a lot of people will kind of dislike me for, but yeah, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. I know that this is a really, really popular book in the like booktube community. Like a few years ago, it was really, really popular when I started like following people in the community, and I actually bought the book before that. This was just a random pickup in a bookstore here in Germany that I just found between the English books, and I was like, you know, I never heard anything about it, let's just buy it. And I did start reading it, but for some reason I stopped again, and I can't remember for what reason, because that was a couple years ago now. But I did remember not really liking it, so I will give it another try because it is so popular, and yeah, either I will like it or it will go on to the DNF. Or, you know, I will finish it and not like it, you know, but either way, it will leave my TBR shelf in May. And then the next one and the last one is one I actually already read halfway through. So, or like, yeah, more like a third of the way through. I'm just realizing my bookmark is still in there, and I really hate the main character, which makes it really hard to get through the book, and which actually made me stop buying Grady Henrik's books. This is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Henrik's, and this is about the final girls, for pretty much the last survivors from a serial killer spree, and they made a support group kind of to, you know, have people they can talk to that have gone through similar things than themselves. And yeah, our main character is a really neurotic, like, she's obviously really damaged from what she went through, but she is also not a nice person. I really don't like her. And so yeah, I made my way through the book because I didn't love, but I liked my, oh, what is it called? The My Best Friend's Exorcism, I think, is the title. I kind of liked the book. I didn't love it, but I found it good enough that I bought this one, you know, in this version. And yeah, I really cannot deal with the main character, but I want to have it off of my TBR, so I will give it another try. We'll see. I'm like 135 pages in from like 380 pages. So really, I made my way through quite a bit through. I'm having a hard time speaking today. I'm really sorry. I'm really tired because my dog is there. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to have it gone. Either I will DNF it because I can't deal with it, or I will try to actually finish it. And yeah, I will probably not buy another book by Grady Hendrix. I don't feel I mesh well with the author. So yeah, those are all of the books that I will hopefully get through in May. And then, you know, there's always audiobooks going on top of that. But yeah, if I can get through these, I would be really happy, because that would mean I'm getting a lot further through my physical TBR, which is the goal for this year, and I'm not doing too good for that goal right now. So yeah. If you have read any of these books, please leave me your opinion down below, what you thought about the book, and if you would actually recommend reading the book. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.